What does this schmuck do, Jake Tapper? He and his cohort, his comrade, his co-author, they write a book. They go around and they start asking people. Over 200 people have been interviewed, they said. Did you really need to interview over 200 people to know what took place? Interview yourself. Oh, this one said this off the record. This one said this on the record. Did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know this? The guy is literally making millions of dollars, despite his role in the two greatest political scandals in American history. He's making millions of dollars, and conservatives, he was on these Sunday shows, or his sidekick is, conservative radio guys are literally quoting from the book. Do I have the book here? No! Am I quoting from the book? No! Why would I? So they had a double strategy going here that people aren't understanding, a simultaneous strategy. To break Donald Trump, keep him in courtrooms throughout the country, local, state, federal cases, get him in prison. Meanwhile, protect Biden. The audio from special counsel Hur, the attorney general, deep-sixed it. He knew it was on there. He deep-sixed it. So the same Department of Justice that was trying to destroy Donald Trump was trying to protect Joe Biden. The same White House counsel that was trying to destroy Donald Trump was trying to protect Biden. All the Democrats were behind it. But one guy, Dean Phillips, they all were behind it. All the Democrat leadership, Schumer, Pelosi, Jeffries, all of them behind it. All the media behind it. Yet a couple of people at the Wall Street Journal said, we did some interviews and, and then they smeared them. Smeared them. And then anytime you would bring up Biden, they would attack Trump, which is the shiny object defense, you know. Biden, no, Trump's over here. And so this guy, Tapper, was well involved in all this. And so the media decides we have to cover our ass, or we won't recover from this. We have to rewrite history, and we're damn good at that. And so they take to the airwaves to try and rewrite their history. They write magazines and to themselves to try and rewrite the history, and they've written books to try and rewrite their history. And here's what I want you to explain to me. Why are conservatives, whether it's on cable TV or on radio, promoting this book? Well, some of them aren't saying, go buy this book, but they keep quoting the book. The book is now full of gossip. This guy said this guy said this guy said this. Let me ask you a question. You're a reporter. Shouldn't you report that? You have a daily platform. Shouldn't you report that the minute you learn about it, Mr. Producer? Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. The former chief of staff said that. I'll save it for my book. I thought you're a reporter, but they're grifters. They're grifters. And so it's a book full of he said, she said about Biden. Oh, what about a wheelchair? What about that? Why didn't you report it at the time? Well, the election was up. Still, why didn't you report it at the time? When did you learn about that? So there's two things here. Number one, the greatest, in my view, political scandal in American history, bar none. Bar none. You had a man as president who should never have been president. The vice president should have triggered the 25th Amendment along with a majority of the cabinet. They didn't do it. The attorney general knew what he was dealing with. He didn't do it. The Democrats in Congress knew who met with him. They covered up. The cabinet covered up. The vice president covered up. The Democrats in Congress covered up. The media covered up. The greatest political scandal in American history. And future generations are going to look back on it and say, unbelievable. While at the same time, the other greatest political scandal in American history was going on. That is the criminalization of Donald Trump. Phony charges, preposterous statutes in the bluest of blue cities, except the one in Florida, where you had a real judge who ruled on the Constitution and even ruled that the special counsel was appointed unconstitutionally. And she had the support with filings from two former attorneys general, both great, including my mentor, Ed Meese and Mulcahy. And she ruled properly, and she was attacked by the media for it. So that was these were the two parallel, simultaneous, greatest political scandals in American history that have done grave damage to our republic. And what does this schmuck do, Jake Tapper? He and his his cohort, his comrade, his co-author, they write a book. They go around, they start asking people. Over 200 people have been interviewed, they said. Did you really need to interview over 200 people to know what took place? Interview yourself. Oh, this one said this off the record. This one said this on the record. Did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know this? The guy is literally making millions of dollars despite his role in the two greatest political scandals in American history. He's making millions of dollars, and conservatives, he was on these Sunday shows, or his sidekick is. Conservative radio guys are literally quoting from the book. Do I have the book here, Mr. Producer? No! Am I quoting from the book? No! Why would I? And so he says to himself, I got to fix this. So what am I going to do? First, I'll do a mea culpa. You know, conservative media was right. Let me get them off my back. And number two, we should have done a better job. Oh, okay, now let's go buy his book. No, I don't think so. Here's Jake Tapper talking about the crisis, sort of the crisis. He needs a PR firm. Go.
I look back at my coverage during the Biden years, and I did cover some of these issues, but not enough. I look back on it with humility. And look, knowing what I know now, obviously, I feel tremendous humility about my coverage. That's correct, I didn't. And like I said, I feel humility about my coverage.
So the PR firm tells him, use the word humility, and use it a lot. Don't say you're sorry. Don't say you're guilty. Don't say you're part of a cover. Humility. I have great humility. I should have done more. But did you read page 7, chapter 1? Oh my God, you got to get this book. Does that sound like humility to you? Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, of course, I've said I look back at my coverage with humility. But it's impossible knowing then what I know now to not feel humility when I look back at my coverage.
There's a lot of regret. There's a lot of humility.
And looking back on that interview, which I feel tremendous humility about, our reporting suggests that she was correct. So I feel humility. Humility. Tremendous humility. Humility about my coverage.
Humility. How about another word? Disgust. What you did was disgusting, and you're not the only one. And so now they're pushing their books out about the humility. So why would we believe Jake Tapper about anything? We shouldn't. Why would we believe the media about anything? We shouldn't. We shouldn't. Really a disgrace. So one day somebody will write a book about the people who wrote a book and had humility, many of whom were some of the leading figures in the cover-up. Tell me which one of these so-called hosts or reporters on CNN, MSNBC, or in the New York Times or the Washington Post came forward and talked about the serious dementia, the cognitive dementia that Joe Biden had, and that this is all before, you know, the debate and so forth. I can't think of any. Maybe there's one or two souls out there. I didn't say the Wall Street Journal. I asked about these publications and these news platforms. I don't remember any. And if they had, they would have been skewered. No question about that.
For all this and much more, sign up for Levin TV.